world of sports. Let me allow Austin join in as we take you on a ride across the money-spinning world of sports.
All the greetings to you, Yemi, and of course to our viewers wherever they are watching us in our exciting action-packed world of sports. It's good to be on the show once again. And as you said, yes, we will be talking about boxing. I'm taking it a bit further with kickboxing, because martial arts has the potential to, do well for sports development in Nigeria. So we want to find out what kickboxing can contribute. And remember, it's now an Olympic recognized sport. So that will get our attention. Raphael Akpejiori is one heavyweight boxer that is getting people talking. And it's interesting to know that he's Nigerian, proudly Nigerian. He will join us tonight on the show. We'll take a look at his career. He's 12-0 for that Nigerian boxer and is getting ready for a fight next week, Saturday.
Yeah, interesting times ahead. I'm interested in that interview as you are. Of course, it got our attention when he called out Tyson Fury. And, of course, a lot of people had to look at the stats. And, of course, it's a formidable force in boxing. And I hope he gets his shot at the title anytime soon. And, of course, like you said, 12 fights, 12 wins, TKOs, knockouts, all his professional bouts. Nobody has been able to go the distance, and that's great. And like I said, I hope we're able to have that, that interview with him.
Boxer, I must say, and someone will say, Austin, why are you calling him fantastic with just 12 fights? I can see the prospect. I can see that he's someone who's ready to go all the way. And no disrespect. He said, look, give me Tyson Fury or Dillian White, to be the best, you must fight the best, So most of his fights have not gone beyond 2 rounds. The last fight, in fact, was round 1. He stopped his opponent. The guy had to quit, this is a good one, and I love that. Say proudly Nigerian, right? And that's what excites me whenever I talk about Raphael Akpejiori. Jagba is also giving the country some representation. So the future of boxing looks good in Nigeria because these guys, they are right there where boxing gets the sort of attention it deserves. So there are things that they can learn, and when they're ready to come back home or give back, we know that we will be getting it from tested and trusted personalities.
Yeah, both boxers, all of the boxers you have mentioned are in environments where they can excel. They're in environments where things can work. So I'm glad that we're having 3, 4, 5 Nigerians, heavyweights who can rule the world. And hopefully one of them will get a title shot very soon.
Yeah, so we're always talking about the country is too blessed, so big, talents here and there. We talk about the UFC, you have Nigerians there. We talk about heavyweight boxing, Nigerians are there. Cruiserweight division, we have boxers there, welterweight. This one. I was saying that we get the right persons in place to, lead sports in the country. Definitely Nigeria is a record with international. So if he's ready, let's go to Miami, Florida. That's the base of this admirable heavyweight boxer, Akpejiori. If you're ready, let's go there, Yemi, have that conversation with Raphael Akpejiori on the show tonight. Good evening, champ. Welcome to Sports Tonight.
Good evening. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Can you hear me well and good?
Awesome. Good to have you on the show. And I see you doing it nice and easy, looking all cool. You get into the ring, you're knocking out persons.
Well, it's my job. My job is to go out there and knock people out and come out victorious,
Awesome. Let's talk about your boxing career so far. It's 12-0. Last fight was one-sided. You took out the guy in round 1. None of your opponents have gone beyond round 2. Why is Raphael Akpejiori such a special boxer?
Raphael Akpejiori is a very dedicated boxer. He's a special boxer. He's a boxer who works very hard, who goes through the process. He's a boxer who's very disciplined. So when we go in there and we take our opponents out really quickly in 1 or 2 rounds, it looks easy. But when you then look at who they fought and who they're going to fight after me, they go 6 rounds with them. Unfortunately, people are used to seeing long fights, but you got to understand the longer you stay in the boxing ring, the more dangerous it is. And my goal is not to stay in there for too long. My goal is to go in there, get the job done, and get out because people are busy and people want to have a good time. So that's why you see a lot of 2 round fights, 4 round fights, because my job, like I said, is to go knock people out and come home victorious and make my country proud.
That's right. I love the way you landed. Make your country proud. I was super proud of you already. You called out arguably the best heavyweight boxer in the world right now, Tyson Fury, and you added Dillian White to it. I'm in the UK, and I'll tell you that those guys are big deal right there. You called Tyson Fury out. What gave you that confidence?
I've been calling out Dillian White for a better part of 2 years now. I called out Dillian White when I was 6-0. Now I'm 12-0. I'm still willing to fight him. I'm blessed to have an amazing boxing trainer, the former world champion, the road warrior, Glenn Johnson. Training with him has opened my eyes to what boxing is all about, and my growth has been rapid. I'm not afraid of any of those guys. Any man, he's a man just like I am. I don't see how Dillian White beats me, and I think he's going to be a great opponent for me in the near and on the far future whenever he decides to respond. For Tyson Fury, he's the best. If you want to be the best, you have to be able to test yourself against the best. And I called out Tyson Fury long before he proved to the whole world that he was the best against Deontay Wilder. So now it's actually more of a better situation because now he's actually proven himself to be the best. And now I guess I'm first in line to call out Tyson Fury, and hopefully he can, respond to the challenge, no matter how easy he thinks it's going to be.
All right. Thanks, Raphael, for joining us. Yemi from Lagos here. So let me just get into the conversation as well. I'm interested in asking you. Your records speak for itself. But the question is, I've always had this issue with boxing. Why is it difficult to get a title shot? What do you think, in your opinion, makes it difficult? You see a great boxer, probably because it's not a mandatory challenger or something. What are those obstacles that stops great boxers from getting their title shots? Some people will say maybe your promoter, some of all of those issues. What do you think are the obstacles? You've been calling somebody out for 2 years and still didn't get the shot. So what are the issues you think could be the problem?
There's a whole lot of truth in what you just said. It has a lot to do with the promoter. For a guy to get a title shot, it doesn't really. It's amazing to be a good boxer, but boxing is really a popularity contest. The better you are as a household name, the better the fans are going to want to see you, and the more the promoters are going to want to feature you and put you in their circles. In the title shot conversations. So that's really what it is. There's a whole lot of money that goes into boxing. There's a whole lot of policies that go into boxing. I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing of sorts, but at the end of the day, boxing is a business. If you have to be a draw, you have to be a household name. You hopefully, luckily, someone like an Anthony Joshua, he has a big time promoter behind him. He has a country. He actually has 2 countries behind him: the country of Nigeria and the country of United Kingdom. So it's much easier for guys like that to have title shots. For Deontay Wilder, he came up with the rankings. He is an Olympic bronze medalist. He's a draw here in the United States, and I won't say it's much easier because at the end of the day, you have to still be a good boxer. But the finances behind boxing, and hopefully those finances can be behind you, will give you an easier path to be a world title contender. So that's really what it is. It's not because there is a depth in your skills or anything. It's just that you have to be blessed with some level of popularity in what you do, and you have to grow your support base to be one that is worth a promoter featuring you as a title contender. Hopefully, think everybody can make money, the promoter and everybody else that's involved, including the sanctioning bodies.
Let me throw this one quickly. You're a boxer. We are not. We hear a lot of rumors. Do you think heavyweights, champions, do you think they dodge fights? Because a sport like boxing, you have a lot to prove. So most of the time, you're expected to fight. Those fights people want to see. So do you believe in this era, you have heavyweights who try and dodge, opponents they feel could cause problems?
No, I don't think so at all. Not at all. No boxer is afraid of any other. That's just the plain truth. Boxers to prepare for fights, we literally have to spar each other. So despite hating each other, we all know each other in the gym and we train with each other, we spar with each other, we help each other get better. And we know that we're always going to see each other down the line. But the whole fact of heavyweights dodging each other is just not true. Like you earlier mentioned, there's a business and political aspect to boxing that the interests of the promoters, the sanctioning bodies, all that, all of that comes into the mix. And that's why you hear terms of heavyweights ducking fights. Now, all heavyweights want to fight each other. All we do is compete. To us, boxing is a sport. To the fans, it's fighting, but to us, it's really just a sport. It's a competitive sport which we do every day that we wake up. So no, I'm not of the school of thought that heavyweights duck each other. I don't believe that. I don't think it's true at all.
All right. Just one more before I hand you over to my colleague who has questions as well. Well, from what we see, from where we're standing, it also appears that these days people tend to bridge the gap, force the hand of promoters and these boxing councils by calling out fighters, the boxers they want to fight. It's a trend. Even Tyson Fury did it. Called out David A, called out Vladimir Klitschko until he got his shot. So do you think calling out for boxers, not just you, do you think calling out, opponents you want to fight sometimes force the hand of promoters, force the hand of the boxing councils to, okay, let's just let this fight happen?
Yes, yes. Errol Spence had been calling out Keith Thurman for years before he still hasn't had the shot to today. Tyson Fury was calling out Vic Klitschko for years. He finally got the shot. So that's really what it is. You just have to state your goal, and with the grace of God and with hard work, everything will work out the way that you want it to be and the way God plans it out to work out. So yeah, that always works because, like I said, boxers don't duck each other. We know who we want to fight. We want the fight. We know we can compete because we do it every day. We train every day for it. And if you have a goal, you have to keep stating that this is your goal and this is where you want to go. That it does work, but at the end of the day, the upper hand, which is also the hand of the promoters, which are going to put the events together, are always going to reign supreme. And but with hard work and preparation and the will of God, you will get an opportunity that you deserve, and things will work out the way we all plan.
Let's talk about the upcoming fights next week, Saturday. You've been preparing for that one, Raphael. Is it going to be another 1 round or 2 rounds fight?
It's going to be it's going to be a good boxing match. That's the best I can predict. Over the course of 4 months, I have been working on my skills. I've been improving. The next step, the next ladder that I have to climb. The next step of the ladder is Santana Silgado. He's a seasoned veteran from Colombia. He's the best fighter I've fought till this day. You can check him out on YouTube. He's a very good fighter. He's been around the world. He's fought the best. He's competed at a very high level, fought for multiple world titles. He's a world title contender. And he's going to come down here to Miami from Colombia to fight me. And hopefully, in his mind, beat me. My good job is to not let that happen. And he's 30 wins. He has 30 wins. He has 9 losses. I have 12 wins. I have 12 0 losses. And it's going to be a good fight. I've been preparing. I've been preparing very hard for it. I've been training very hard for it. If I win this fight, when I win this fight, it's going to be a glorious day, and it's going to be another step, towards world title contention. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully, it will become 13-0. But for now, it's still 12-0, Raphael. And now, at 12-0, why do you think you need a shot at those big fights with just 12 fights under you?
Why not? Is there a perfect number where I should have there's really no perfect number in boxing where you should have a big fight. I'm sure I don't know, I forgot the name. One of the there was a guy who fought Muhammad Ali when he was 7-0 and beat Muhammad Ali at 7-0. The rematch was a questionable rematch where Muhammad Ali won the rematch. But if you have I forgot his name, I'm sorry, I just can't fix the name in my head right now. But why not? If I'm 12-0, if my coaches believe that I have the skills, I have gained enough experience for me to fight somebody like Deontay Wilder or Tyson and beat them and hold a world title and take it back to my country, Nigeria. Why not? So I don't see there's no perfect number for me to call out for a big fight or for me to compete at the world stage for a world title and hopefully become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. So I don't see why not.
I said, yeah, I just needed to get the confirmation from the champ. So let's make it light now. I see you do the leg work. At some point, you will be say, how much of Nigeria do you take into the boxing ring?
I take everything, I know that even though they might not be, the country might not be in the ring with me on the arena, they're all watching. I have a lot of friends that come in from all different parts of the United States. For my last fight, I had people coming from Nigeria, I had people coming from Germany, London, people I didn't even know, people coming from Houston, DC, Los Angeles, Orlando, they took their flight, they used their money, and they took their time to come support me simply because I was a Nigerian. And this time around, I have groups of people that are texting me and sending me messages on Instagram that they bought their flights and they're coming to support. And there's no way I can't take that part. I can't bring Nigeria with me into the ring. That's where I'm from. That's who I am. That's where I'll always be. And that's when it's all said and done and it's time to go home, that's where I'm going to go, I live every day as a Nigerian. I eat as a Nigerian. I act like a Nigerian. I speak as a Nigerian. Forget that I have this beautiful American accent. When it comes down to it, I can always hold my own down on the streets of Nigeria with Nigerians and to Nigerians. So last fight, actually, AY Comedian was actually out there with me in the ring. We're blessed to have him. He came up from Nigeria to come support me on the fight. And I think he'll be back soon, but not for this fight, but for more fights in the future.
Awesome. That's it. That's a good place to leave it, Raphael Akpejiori. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Was super proud of you. I told somebody, I said, I don't know what you think about Raphael, but that's one right hand that he drops is definitely made in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Made in Nigeria. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thank you for everybody listening to me today, and hopefully I can make you guys proud.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. So that's it. Heavyweight boxer Raphael Akpejiori speaking to us from his base in Miami, Florida. He will be busy next week, Saturday. We're rooting for him, 12-0, and he's super confident that he can go the distance. And he has called out Tyson Fury, Dillian, and he says, so what? So what if he's just 12 and I want the belt? That he's ready to get it. I will continue to support him. So that's it. Let's go on this quick break now. And when we come back, there's still so much boxing to talk about, but this time we'll add kick before it. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us.